Welcome back, ladies and germs, to the Duster Squad podcast. This is the Mike and Benny edition.
So we had a week of all four, and that was just
that was too much.
The podcast gods were like, "No, this is too much."
I see you've decorated. I didn't even notice that until just now.
I was wearing it, and then I started sweating, so I was like, "It's gonna
just hang up in the back." That is a nice jersey.
Felt appropriate. It's good old the real deal James Neal on the back there.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's why I got it. It's because it was on sale.
For cheap, yeah.
I think it was like $60 new with tags.
So I have a question. Do you like their sparkly gold homes, or did you like the gray homes more? So you like the gray better?
I don't necessarily love the gray ones. I just do not like the gold ones.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan.
At all. And also, if they're anything like the gold portions on the home and the gray ones, or the away and the gray ones,
they're uncomfortable, right?
It must be fucking itchy because it's like this weird, like glittery fabric that every time I wear it with just a t-shirt under it, it's like going right here. And I'm like, this feels terrible. Like, and if that's what it's like for the players, I'm like, I hope
everywhere. Yeah, that's
bad. I hope the player versions are better. Cause
yeah. Well, we'll start there because that's where I had us starting anyway. So. Actually, you know what? You know where we'll start? We got a comment on a on a short.
Oh, we did? What was the short?
It was Connor. Because it was like I've posted like 2 shorts from this year. And it was from like the first episode, and we were going over our playoff picks. And I think like 3 of the 4 of us did not have Vegas even in the playoffs.
Like the beginning of the season playoff picks? Yeah.
Yeah, like 3 of the 4 of us were like, and it's titled "The Vegas Golden Knights Will Not Make the Playoffs in 2020 and 22, 23." And Connor just comments, "This did not age well."
No, it didn't. No, it did not. Aged as poorly as it could have.
Yeah. Yep. That's right. They're not making it. All right. Mark our words.
I mean, their situation in goal is just so shaky. Like, how are they going to overcome it?
That's what's most impressive about the whole thing.
Yeah.
Is they're using their third stringer. And
they had their starter all year who was hot as hell. I had him in fantasy. I know he was great. Logan Thompson goes out to injury. I think like the last 2 months of the year, it was Brossoit.
Yeah, Brossoit.
Leading the charge with Hill behind him, but then you think that's not, I don't mean to be mean to him to say you think that's bad enough, but like from a team standpoint, that's not like going into a playoff you would think would be the ideal situation.
You're not feeling super great in net about your net at that point. No offense to those 2 guys, obviously.
When just Brossoit is there, and then Brossoit goes down. And it's like,
which they did pick up quick to sort of help that, which
but
if you look at that as help, he was not having
if it had ever got to him, it was gonna be rough.
He played well.
He got wins. He did not play great. He got wins, but they weren't because of him.
Okay.
Like he barely beat the Habs one game, and it was last year's Habs. It's like
okay.
So if it ever got down to him, it was going to be shaky. But good for him getting a sort of swan song cup, just like Phil Kessel as well.
Yeah. Phil Kessel, yeah.
Hey, he did the full 82 games, 4 games in the playoffs.
He did, yeah, but he's
that's a ring in a name.
Is that quote about Toronto a real thing?
Yeah, he said that.
See, I mean, I agree. The first 2 cups that he got, he was a huge part of, obviously. Like he could have had consequences.
No, he was a major part of.
But like this one, you play 4 games. Like, yes, you won, but I look at it in the same way that you play all 82 games in the regular season, and that is a thing.
Yeah,
I look at it similar to how Stamkos's first one, the first Stamkos. He played one single, like he played like 3 shifts. Yeah, and he was a big part of the team anyway, off the ice, but like on the ice, and that's why I think they pushed so hard the next year. But
It is wild though that in his one shift in the cup final, correct?
Yeah,
He scored.
it was in the final. Yeah, he scored.
He scored.
Yeah.
So it's like even then it's like all right, he even did that, and it's like that's kind of awesome. Like it's him coming back with that injury question, whatever. But like it's awesome that
it was
the fact that his one shift he scored a goal in the cup final. Like,
oh yeah,
that's good. And I mean, it's not good enough for him. I'm sure he wish he had been there the whole time. But I'm sure he feels a lot better about the fact that he did that.
No, I'm
than
sure.
if he hadn't been there the whole time.
Yeah. So I watched the last game. I'm assuming you did too, unless you're.
I did. No, I did because I was like, I feel like I should at least see the game that ends it all.
Plus,
and then to be fair, I also I didn't watch most of the third because it got to be 6-1 by the end of the second, and I was like, I am gonna come back for the end
for the celebration
because this is very done,
dude. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
like, I mean, and it's we kind of expected it, but like not like that, dude. You know what? I don't know if I saw something or what, but that day before the game, like earlier in the day, I had thought like, wouldn't it be fucking lame if it was like a 7-1 game or something? And then they start like, just railing them, and I'm like, oh my gosh,
we'll do you one better. We'll give you 9-3.
9-3. So the final game of the Stanley Cup playoffs ends in just a brutal 9-3 thrashing. And what I kind of like for the Vegas guys, I'm kind of like, you really got to keep scoring, like
yes,
that ninth goal.
Yes, it's the Stanley Cup Finals. Yes,
I guess.
Yeah, sure. It's probably insurmountable, but we're not gonna let you have a fucking chance for it. I guess,
but like that ninth goal goes in. There's like 3 minutes left.
Yeah,
they have you've already gotten an empty net goal, and fucking Nick Waugh is just running around like he needs to score one. I'm like, dude,
it is a bit
got
much.
It in the bag.
It was a little extra, but like also I can't hate that. They're athletes. They're going.
What they do. It was literally that Simpsons meme where it's like,
yeah, stop, dead. They're already dead. Yeah.
Notable, not, the whole reason that they lost, but probably a sizable one. Matthew Tkachuk does not play in Game 5 due to a broken sternum, which he also, I think he obtained in Game 4.
Well, yeah.
Or he just
don't remember. I think he might have had it going into Game 4 because like they said like, oh yeah, went in and played Game 4 with that, which like wild risk.
That's a terrible idea.
If he catches a shoulder again, like he got,
if he takes another big hit,
he got Eichel pretty good. Like if he got that hit in reverse, if he took that, you're fucking up all kinds of shit possibly.
Even if he gets hit like this, even if he gets hit in the shoulder and stuff like compresses in like that, like it's just. I'm glad he didn't play.
Go well.
I'm glad he didn't play the 5th game for sure.
Yeah.
I
was Game 5 confirmation that had Florida won, it should have been Tkachuk as Conn Smythe because it's clearly him. They go where he goes.
Pretty clearly. I mean, Bobrovsky, he switched. He flipped. He did a flip job.
Like halfway through, like early on, it was just like they were kind of just getting fed. Like I couldn't fault him too much, but then about halfway through the game, he let like a softball in through his arm on Mark Stone, and I was like, "Oh yeah, we're done here." Like it's
he just then he turned into old. He like it was like you literally saw it flip. You saw this flip from Vezina, Bobrovsky to whatever the fuck, like 880s Bobrovsky.
So when you don't have your top 2 Conn Smythe favorites active in a game, you're definitely fucked. Like,
yeah, and also, I mean, that was it was pretty cool that that Cassidy started the Misfits, all the OGs.
I did love that.
That's very, very
I did
cool.
love that. Yeah. That was really good.
I
saw that like a bunch of people tweeting it right before the game, and I'm like, shit, that's a fun move. And then it was kind of funny, like their the part of the game they struggled in the most was like the first few minutes, because apparently like a bunch of those guys don't normally play together, and they had a hard time getting the rhythm back after the like first shift, because like it would fuck with the rotation for like probably a good 2 or 3 minutes, because you got to get the guys back at going where you want them. So it's like, yeah, that is kind of fun. Like it was, but I think it was worth it, because like they clearly were fine.
Clearly it didn't matter.
They were clearly fine. So it's like it doesn't matter in the end. It ends up being the cool storybook moment.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was awesome.
What a turnaround for Bruce Cassidy.
Yeah, that's gotta feel real good. He won the cup a day short of a year after he got hired by them.
364 days.
Yeah.
And I mean, first of all, I think we all
they beat the team that knocked out the team that fired him.
Yes, they did. Yeah, they did. I mean, to be fired, and we all were like, what, why? We all were like, why would you fire this guy? And then Boston goes off and has the best regular season in the history of the NHL. So we're like, okay. But then they get knocked out.
But that also kind of made us we didn't think too much about, like, Vegas isn't a team I paid much attention to at all.
Not really.
Other than the fact I had Logan Stanley on the team, but then like as soon as he got injured, I was like, all right, I'm not looking at them at all, really. And they were also fantastic. They weren't like the same, like they weren't President's Trophy record-setting Boston Bruins, but like they were also fucking good.
Yeah.
So yeah, what a fuck you for Bruce Cassidy to be able to pull.
Feel real good. That's gonna feel real good for a while.
And it was funny. I saw there was a video going around on Instagram Reels. I think the NHL account posted it. It was Bruce Cassidy and Alex Pietrangelo talking. And what did he say? It was like, yeah, he stopped me last time, but now we're both pretty happy, or something like that. I can't remember, because like it was St. Louis who beat them
in 2019,
when he coached them the final, and then Pietrangelo was like, yeah, it's a lot less awkward this time. And I'm like, this is amazing.
That's funny, yeah. So yeah, I don't know. Have you seen any Vegas injury stuff? Has anything come out yet about Vegas injuries?
I feel like there definitely were some, but
I've seen Florida. I've seen a bunch from Florida.
None that overshadowed Florida. I think they were mostly healthy, but like nobody's fully healthy in the playoffs. It didn't seem as though there was anything.
It's not a broken sternum or a broken foot or a separated shoulder or a torn oblique or whatever the fuck else was wrong with Aaron Ekblad.
Right. Wait a minute. It's funny you say this, because I just opened up Twitter just to give a
gander. I got a Twix here too. I might have a bite of Twix.
Okay, so apparently I didn't listen to today's 32 Thoughts, but apparently Friedman said comments I made on the pod where another team was told about Stone's injuries, saying like he still is injured and might not be able to keep going. Because like he's had a couple back surgeries within the last 6 months or so. So like that wouldn't shock me if he's still a little fucked, because like he just played 4 rounds of hockey.
Yeah. This does hold true to what I thought was going to happen.
What's that?
That the East team was going to be too beat up, and the West team was going to win.
Yeah.
Not that
I think we'd all kind of come around to that. Didn't we all have Western Conference winners? It was 3 Dallas and 1 Edmonton, so we didn't.
Yeah, we all did.
Any of us get it right, but
I guess you, me, and Nick got closest, sort of.
Yeah, kind of.
Because we had at least they were in the Western Conference final. That's right.
But like I did fuck all around the rest of my bracket.
No, like
it was bad from the first round on.
Mine was bad. Yeah, this was a bad bracket year. There was a bazillion upsets, and like big upsets, like Colorado. Both the 1 seeds lost in the first round.
Oh yeah,
yeah. It was an upset. It was an upset year, and also the Leafs won, which wasn't really an upset, but it was kind of an upset, you know.
They did.
It was like an
They
expectation.
got outplayed almost every game. Though.
They did. Yeah,
that's
no,
that's the funny thing is like, God, like I mean, this is the same thing they've been saying for years. But like, if like those games had been played like 10 more times, they probably wouldn't.
If the Lightning, how do you choke away? You know what?
That 4-1 game.
We don't have to go. There.
That 4-1 game is the roughest one. Yeah,
that is. Right when they lost that game, I was like,
yeah,
that's it.
That's a killer.
Because that was to go up. They went up 3-1.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh.
Yeah, that would have been the swing game because then it would have just been 2-2. Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah.
It was bad.
Damn. Yeah, that's where you lost it.
Yeah, it was.
Fuck.
Bad. Yeah, I watched it, and as soon as shit, who scored that tying goal? I forget who scored the tying goal, but I think it was probably fucking Morgan Riley. It was probably a shot from the point, a floater.
Yeah, that was bad.
Vasi just let in.
That was tough to watch at times.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, it was bad. He had a bad. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, as soon as that goal went in, whoever the tying goal was, I was like, shit, we might have just lost the series. But anyway, doesn't matter. That happened like months ago. Well, I don't know. What else do you want to talk about? Anything else with the finals? I don't really have much else. Congratulations to Vegas, first franchise Stanley Cup. They waited long and hard years to get to it.
Did you see that picture of the guy who had that sign outside of it? It was a Vegas fan, and he's like, we waited 6 long years for this, and people got so mad about that.
It's in jest.
Yeah, like people got so mad about guys. He's obviously not that's the joke. Like it's not. He gets that it's been a very short time. Like why are you fucking raging over this? Because there was some tweets.
Because it's Twitter, man.
Yeah, Twitter is the worst place in the world. And it's my favorite social media. It's great. Anyway.
Yeah.
Good for Vegas.
Yeah,
it was they were going by the end of that series. Like
they were not winning.
Yeah, so good on them.
Yep. Jonathan Marchessault wins the former Panther. Unfortunate.
God, that's
unfortunate.
The fact that both him and Riley Smith were still on the team and then beat them, and Marchessault played a much bigger role than Riley Smith did, but Smith still played a role.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah, it's
that's why I always get mad and push back against the NHL just handed them a good team from the start, because yes, the expansion rules were a lot friendlier than they have been in the past, because in the past they were insane.
They were really bad.
They just created dog shit teams that needed to spend 5 to 6 years getting out of that hole, which is not a conducive way to introduce a team.
It's not the best.
So
unless they're owned by Disney, and then it might work.
Yeah. So it makes sense to improve it a bit. 90% of their success, though, was NHL GMs being idiots. Florida gave them Riley Smith to say, hey, please take Marchessault. And
I don't know.
What was the other one? Columbus traded them some pick specifically to take
William Karlsson.
William Karlsson.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh did the same thing with Marc-Andre Fleury. That was a little different though, because they had a lot of young goalies, so they were kind of pipeline, they were saying they kind of needed to move on anyway. So that's but still,
they just got
later on down the line they got fucking Stevenson for a 5th round pick from Washington. It's they're just good at general management.
Yeah,
they're good at getting good players.
Yeah. And then they kind of became enemy number one because they were not staying loyal to anybody.
Right.
But that seems
and then they laid low for a season and a half. And then everybody's saw a lot of people still
it was basically the Eichel trade, and nothing's happened since then, right?
Yeah, other than acquiring Ivan Barbashev, which was
what a move.
The most low-key trade at the time during the trade deadline, but then ended up being great. Yeah. So they were just good at acquiring talent. and are aggressive about doing it.
Yeah.
It's like that's why they won. Like, yes, they had a very friendly expansion rules, but like they've also just made bold moves.
Yeah. You can see
managers do.
Yeah, you can see how it can go the other way with Seattle's first year, because that was like the opposite, basically. You know, they finished third, or what were they? Third from the bottom, fourth from the bottom.
It wasn't good.
Yeah, it was real bad. And then they flip it around and they win a series, which is fun.
Yeah, it did. I think that looked not great in hindsight, or not great like when it came right after Vegas being the first expansion team ever to go to the Cup final in their first season.
Yeah,
which is still insane. And they were on a bit of a heater for a lot of that, and like they fell down to earth in the Cup final. But still, they made it to the Cup final.
Yeah.
So Seattle, I think, purposely did try to not be that awesome and have some guys that were going to come off of contracts so that they could be a little more free with cap space to build as they went on, and also didn't mind getting a decent draft pick. I don't think they wanted to be third last, but it happened and they got a good draft pick with it. So I think they were fine with that. And then the show seems to be that they're on the way up too. So
seems to be. And they got Matty
good times for expansion teams.
Yeah. When will the next team come in?
Probably
time
within
will
a
tell.
few years.
Only time will tell.
It seems like all the buzz is like it's going to keep happening.
Is there a point where you want them to stop, where it's like, okay, there's too many teams? You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know.
Because I feel like I thought 30 was like perfect. I'm like, there's 15 in each conference. You know, just over half the league gets into playoffs.
I feel like a lot of pro sports leagues have a decent amount.
It's around 30. Like 30 is around the magic number right now.
Total
I think
NFL teams. 32 NFL teams.
Yeah.
How many MLB
Check
teams?
I think there's 30 MLB.
30, yep. So they're at 30.
Check NBA. NBA might have more. No, NBA, they haven't added a new franchise since like Oklahoma City.
Total NBA teams 30. Yeah, actually, so yeah, the NHL is the big one. The NHL and NFL are both currently sitting at 32.
If they add too many, it's just gonna be like when you have too many fantasy teams, and by the end of the draft, you're like going way down in the lineups. But like not because of that, but like I feel like there won't be enough high-end players for all the teams. I guess not all the teams are good now, but like there won't be enough high-end players to actually draw fans to all the teams. I guess it depends on where you put them, but I don't know. Like if we get up to 40 NHL teams.
Oh, I mean, yeah, that's a bit much.
I'm looking way in the future.
I think like 36 is going to have to be the cap, and even then I don't even know if I'd go past 34.
Yeah.
I don't know. We're at 32 now, and it's like it was like the best hockey. This season was really good.
Oh,
It was a good season of hockey. It was some of the best hockey I've seen in a while, offense-wise. So, like,
that is,
they're doing fine at 32.
Here's my thought.
Maybe take a breath for a sec. Figure out some of the markets you already have that are kind of struggling at the moment.
What if we
focus your efforts on those?
But we move one of them.
That's an option. That is an option.
Maybe to maybe somewhere where they can play in front of more than 5,000 people.
Yeah.
Whatever.
That is gonna be like they still don't have an active plan.
They don't have shit.
No, they don't have a plan at the moment.
They got nothing.
Tempe went down. So
and they're like scrambling right now, and they just got nothing. They got no plan. There's nothing. Just move them. Let somebody else buy them. Jesus.
It's like, yes, you do need to get teams into more out of the way markets. Not out of the way. I don't remember the word I'm trying to think of.
Non-traditional.
Yeah, there we go. But like this one has not been working At least this
No.
organization has not been working for a significant amount of time now.
And
It's not like they haven't had chances. They've had like
Yeah.
5, 6, 7 chances. Like it's
The
at
sad
some
thing
point,
is,
maybe.
it's not even like the team's fault. It's like strictly the business side of things.
Yeah.
It's like all of the business. It's like it's not like the team, because like when Shane Doan was there, he was huge and is the reason that, you know, Matthews and Matthew
Yeah.
Nyes got into hockey. So
He's their only imprint on hockey.
he is. He really is. Yes.
In all of this. I mean,
No
you
offense
can
to Clayton
argue
Keller.
Danny. You can argue Danny Briere a little bit because he got his start there.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah. I don't know. He may not have started. He definitely played a few years there. I think he started there.
Huh.
And Happy Boulin was pretty big for them.
Oh shit!
But
was
like
he? He's
names of significance, like really the only one really
Shane
is Shane Doan.
Yeah.
In all that time, it's like I would feel bad for Arizona fans that have, because like anybody that's left at this point, God bless. I don't fucking know how you still do this.
Be a Knights fan.
Yeah,
they're pretty close.
I would recommend that. They would probably hate hearing that, but like it's just like it doesn't work. It hasn't worked for some time.
Here's the thing: it totally could work, but somebody else has got to own it. You got to find the right owner who's going to spend the money, who's going to pay his rent. Like,
and with that combined with nowhere in Arizona seeming to really be interested in having them,
that's another thing. But it's
because they've soured themselves with too many different
that's what it
people.
Is.
Like
it's the owners, man. Because I think they would love to have a nice
the
hockey
thing.
Team.
Like I think it's like the fact is like Alex Morello is the owner currently. I think he wasn't around for all of that, but like. Every time they just have this track record in the past, and then he like seems to also not be that great in the track record of the rest of them. Like he got kicked out of the building like mid-year because they weren't paying rent. Like your professional team, arguably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sort of.
It's
heavy quotations around professional.
Yeah.
The players are professional, and the coaches probably.
Yeah, not great.
No. But we'll move on from that. That was a little bit of a tangent there. Gotta love one of those.
Just a bit.
Well, what do you say we do a little hurdle and then take a little few second break and then come back, talk a little bit about some stuff, and then end it off.
That would be good.
Sounds good. All right. Well, let me get. Oh, you know what I didn't do yet was get hurdle ready to go. I'm gonna do it over here. And oh, there we go. All right. Yeah, I don't really know. I don't know what they're gonna do, and I think it's probably not gonna work. Whatever they choose.
Yeah. Well, it's this thing is like the league has not really done much to inspire confidence. Like, never can be with the NHL. Like,
yeah, that's very true.
They don't run hockey because it's theirs. They just happen to run hockey.
Yes. Yes. All right, let's take a look.
They just happened upon this job. They could take it or leave it, but I guess if we're here, we'll do something. I guess.
I guess we'll give it a shot.
Yeah, pretty much.
I got nothing on this guy. Darcy Kemper, maybe.
Dude's got a big neck.
He does kind of a large neck. He's got like close.
For some reason, hair. I feel like that hair looks like Tara Vinan's that I've seen in like a headshot before.
Right, let's try it.
And I may be entirely off, but
Tuevo, that boy Tuevo.
We'll get a guess in there anyway.
Hmm.
Yep, not him.
Hey, it's Atlantic. Is that a Hab?
I don't think so.
Is it Slivkovsky?
That might be.
Let me try it.
Yeah, give it a go.
Slavkovsky.
Why
does Matt Murray keep coming up? Damn. It is a left winger, though. Oh, shit. It was older than 28. I didn't even look at that.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Whoops.
Yep.
All right. So we are looking at an Atlantic left winger, older than 28. Number is in between 86 and 20, so that doesn't really help. Not Finnish, not Slovak. Think of a Canadian on the Sabres. Is that left wing? What do they even have on the left wing? I don't even know. Jeff Skinner.
Maybe.
Hope it is. We never had Jeff Skinner. Ooh, good value. Good value.
Used to be on Buffalo.
In between 86 and 53, and 31 years old as well. Used to be on Buffalo. Left winger. So what teams are in the Atlantic that we haven't guessed? The two Florida teams. Toronto.
Sam Reinhart's not that old yet.
No.
Ryan O'Reilly is, but it doesn't look like him.
He's older than that, is he not? Maybe he's not.
I don't know.
Maybe he's not.
Yeah, but
he's a center.
That's true too.
Or a center, or a centre, if you're French. I'm trying to think. I'm missing a team. The two Florida teams. I'm looking at the map in my mind again. I gotta stop doing that. Ottawa. Dude. Old Sabre left winger.
Brassard on Ottawa. He was on Ottawa this year.
But was he on Buffalo?
Oh yeah, he's never played for Buffalo.
I didn't think so. Well, let's just guess. I'm gonna guess him simply because I want to check off some teams. Ooh, and we can see that number. It's in between 86 and 61, so somewhere in the 70s. It's not a Bolt, I can tell you that. It's not a Canadian. Could it be? Is it somebody on fucking Toronto?
It might be. I don't fucking know.
I don't know who they've traded. I don't know if they've traded between. I mean, I guess it could have been a signing too. It would be an East. If we finally get an East guy and an Atlantic guy and we don't know who the hell they are. Florida. Who do they got on the left? Let me try Sam Reinhart. I'm trying it.
I don't think he's that old yet.
No, he's 27.
Yeah,
he's actually, that's younger than I thought. Not Florida. All right, what do we got? So we got Tampa. What do we got? Tampa, Toronto. Am I forgetting another fucking Canadian team?
Detroit?
Oh, Detroit. Yes. Tampa, Toronto, Detroit.
I don't know any old Canadians on Detroit.
We're missing one team. Boston.
Oh, yeah.
Is that... Oh. No, it can't be Taylor Hall. Wait. Oh, it is Taylor Hall.
It definitely could be. Yeah, he's old. Yeah. Well,
I thought he had a single-digit number, but I forgot he went to 71. Booyah! It's all because I forgot Boston.
Can we leave it at that? Because I have to pee.
Yes, we can leave it at that. All right, we'll be right back.
All right.